Hey, I'm Katy Miller, a course creation coach and social media strategist navigating business, motherhood, and life while calling BS along the way. If you are tired of the overwhelming amount of information we have access to these days and are confused about where to even begin, you're in the right place. Join me as I talk with small business owners to sort it all out and give some tips to move your business forward. Welcome back to another episode of Katy Calls BS. Today we're going to talk about whether your digital product isn't selling because it's just helpful or is it sellable? And we'll talk about the difference between the two and what makes it an offer actually sellable. Let's say you've created all the things, like you have your digital product, you put it out into the world, maybe you have Canva templates, maybe you created a workbook, a resource library, whatever it is. Maybe you even added a bonus video or you added other bonuses and still nothing. You don't have sales, or you have like one or two sales, it trickles in. Here's the hard truth. Just because something is helpful and it's good doesn't always mean that it's sellable. The thing is, though, we can change that. We can change whether something is sellable or marketable. So we're going to call BS on the idea that a nice resource is all that it takes to make sales. And we're going to talk about what makes a digital product actually convert, because that's what we really want to do. We want to create value-packed aligned digital products, but we also want to sell them. And we also want to convert and market them. That's why we're here. We want to create value-packed aligned digital products that sell. If I make something good, surely it'll sell, right? That's not always the case. Just because it's really good and I've spent so much time on it and I know that it's value-packed and I've done all the things right, it doesn't always mean that it's going to sell. But what I tell people all the time is when you create something that is value-packed, that is aligned with your business, that is all the things correctly, and you do it the right way, if it doesn't sell, we can fix that part. It's when you have a shitty product, that's when it's hard to fix, because you don't want to have to go back and create that. Okay? So it's like saying, if you say like, if I just make something good, it'll sell. It's like saying you have a like 5-star restaurant or like a Michelin star restaurant, but you don't need a menu and you don't need a location and you don't need any servers. Your digital product could be the most beautiful thing in the world. It could be so well organized and it could be full of value, but for some reason it's not selling, and we have to figure out why. It could be helpful and not high converting. So helpful is not the same as high converting, and we have to figure out what is happening in the middle. So the three elements of high converting digital products, and we can make it happen. We can make helpful and high converting happen. So the three elements of high converting digital products, you have to have a clear problem. It has to solve something urgent and specific. We can't go out there and have it solve this massive thing. I can't create something and say, I'm going to teach you about social media. That's a lot. That's a big topic. Okay. You can't have it be vague. We're going to get organized. Wow, that's overwhelming. How are you going to get me organized? Are we doing my whole house? Because that's a lot, but it has to be very specific. Like, what are your first 10 days of content? We're going to organize your laundry room. We are going to get organized in 5 minutes a day in one room. It has to be very specific. So plan your first 10 days of content in 30 minutes. Very specific. We're not just saying like, get your content organized. That's way too much. I'm going to be like, how are you? What? Who? Huh? I don't even know what that is. So I'm going to pass on that. So if you don't have a clear problem, that's issue number one. The second one is you have to have a clear outcome. Buyers should see themselves on the other side of it. They need to see themselves at the end. What is the outcome? What is the transformation that they're going through? Can you say it in one sentence? This is what we call in instructional design world, the learning outcome. After this, you'll be able to X. What are they going to be able to do when they complete the thing or get the digital product? Or what are they going to learn? What are they going to be able to do? What is the thing they are accomplishing after being able to do this? You should be able to say that. If you're like, after this, they'll know how to do social media. That's not very specific. They'll know about organizing. That's not very specific. I need to know, what am I going to be able to do specifically? I tell this to my clients. They have to nail this down on every digital product, every course that we do. They have to walk through what a learning outcome is for their entire course. And then we break it down beyond that. They look at me like I'm crazy, but we have to know that because the whole organization comes back to this learning outcome. You have to be very clear on that, a clear outcome. The last one, the third one, is keeping it simple. It cannot overwhelm people. It has to move quickly, so you can't overwhelm people. You can't have a whole lot of stuff. You have to think about, especially if you're thinking digital product, which is usually generally on the smaller side. We're not doing like a larger course in this at this point. So if you're thinking templates, checklists, mini trainings, a mini resource, or like webinar series, or, a little series of how-to clips, that's going to be better than a full-blown course with 6 modules that people might not finish, or a longer signature course. It depends on the topic, of course. There are a lot of factors here, but if you're thinking digital product in terms of simple digital, small digital products, smaller digital products, like lower cost digital products especially, the simpler the better. If you're doing templates, let's say you do a template bundle and you create a template bundle. As soon as you start adding a template bundle, and then you're going to add a video for each template, and you're going to talk through how to use the template, and then you're going to add a 10-minute video per each one and why you're doing it and how to use each one. And then you're going to give it to them, and then you're going to have them give it to you so that you can give them feedback. You've just made it way too complicated. Give them the template. That's all you need to do. Or a checklist. Now you're going to say, here's what we're going to do, and here's why I'm giving you the checklist, and now here's the checklist. That's too much. Don't do it. Just give them the thing. Keep it simple. Don't overwhelm them. They're not going to do the things if you give them too much stuff. We have way too much to do, and as adults, it needs to have a point. So keep it very simple. The difference between helpful and sellable is pretty simple. So something that is helpful is going to be detailed. It's very informative. It's very pretty. I love to look at it. It makes us feel very smart when we create it, right? We feel very good about it because it's very helpful. But if we want to create something that is sellable, it's going to be a faster win. It's emotionally very clear. It's very outcome driven. So we're focused on that transformation, that outcome, and it makes our clients feel empowered. It is not about us. You're not selling a product. You're selling that transformation. We hear it all the time. When online, we hear it all the time. You are not selling the thing. You are selling the transformation. You're not selling the features. You are selling the transformation, even if it's a small one. It doesn't have to be this massive life-changing transformation. You're still selling the transformation. So your best product idea might be smaller than you actually think it is. It doesn't have to be this life-changing thing. You might be overbuilding it. Your first-time digital products sometimes try to solve too much because you want to give all the things. One simple worksheet solves one clear problem. That's like the goals. That's simple, clear outcome, ready to roll. Clear transformation, you're good to go. Has all the things. People want the shortcut. They're not trying to read a novel when it comes to your digital products. They want the shortcut. They don't want to read a book. They just want, how do I get I need a quick win. So give me the quick win, please. Start small, sell sooner, tweak it later if you have to. The goal here is not perfection. We talked about that in the overthinking episode from last week. We don't need to do that. Start smaller. Start selling. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need like a massive signature course, a Mac Daddy course to make money. You can do that with these very sellable and helpful digital products. Here's what I need you to ask yourself. If you're looking at your digital product and let's say you have something and you're like, why hasn't this sold? Or I need to know that this is sellable and not just helpful. I want you to look at what specific problem it solves. Can your audience explain the outcome without reading your sales page? Do they know what the point is? So if you were to hand it to somebody, hand it to like your husband or your wife or your kids, if they're old enough, I would say teenagers. Hand it to your friends, give it to like your business friends and say, if I were to give you this, what's the goal that I'm trying to accomplish? Are you making it easy to buy? Do they have to go through 50,000 steps to get to it? Because no, I'm not doing that. I need to click and go, click and download. And is it easy to finish? Don't make me answer stupid questions because we're not doing that either. We're not doing it. We don't have time for it. If you don't have those things and you have more of a helpful product, but it's not sellable yet, and you're not sure how to get there, we can get there. It's not hard to get there. We just have to make a few tweaks. And I can definitely help you with that. I will put something in the show notes to tell you more about the Power 90 if you're not sure what that looks like. If you're sitting on a product, you know it has value, it's not selling, we can fix that. And I will put that information in the show notes because your idea might be gold. It just needs to be repackaged a little bit. I hope that is helpful so that you know the difference between a helpful digital product and a sellable digital product. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Katy Calls BS. You can find more information about our guest and Katy in the show notes below. Be sure to subscribe, share, and review, and don't forget to tag us.